Summer's nasty. I don't care.
Yeah.
Peeing in a cup.
I guess you're right. You're right.
Peeing
You're
in
right,
a cup
you're
and then
right,
you in
you're
the
right.
road.
You're right. You're right. But she did
Hitting
ask the
the
driver.
bumps.
She did ask the driver to pull over though. But you're right. It's dirty. You're dirty.
It is dirty either way.
But why didn't the driver pull over?
There's other girls. Are you telling me all those other girls could have held it, but you can't?
That's true. But she had kids. So why is that not
I'm
an excuse
sure.
for her though? But it's an excuse for everyone else?
It's not an excuse for nobody. I don't give a
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again with another video, okay? And of course, as usual, we are here to serve you your baddies recaps, all right? So, of course, we're going to be covering episodes 13 and 14 for this episode.
We sure are.
Mm-hmm.
But for those of you who are new, welcome to the Petty Headquarters. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to the Petty Headquarters.
Period.
We are a pop culture podcast. We cover Zeus Network, reality TV, Hollywood, the whole spiel. So, yeah, thank you for joining.
Grab your snacks and get ready for your weekly dose of mess, y'all.
But before we begin, I just want to say in just maybe like an hour and a half from now, it will be Tiana's 30th birthday. So
February 4th, y'all.
Very excited. How does it
Big
feel?
3-0.
No, new chapter.
Sheesh. I don't know. It feels crazy because I still look like a baby. So it's like people never expect to hear my age, period. But now that I'm hitting the big 3-0, I already know hearing that number, people will be like, what the fuck? Like, so I'm kind of excited to tell people my age. I'll be like, how old are you? I'll be like 30.
I'm dead.
Which is crazy because some people hate that. They're like afraid to get old and shit.
Me,
I'm right, but me, I don't give a fuck. I feel like I'm excited because I don't know. It's a chapter of life. I feel like the 30s is really where you're like living. Like, I don't know. I just feel that.
Yeah, well, everybody wish Tiana a happy birthday in the comments below. I'm sure she'll appreciate
I'll
it.
appreciate it. My Aquarius game.
Yes,
you
Aquarius season.
Your Aquarius period. Tap in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's get started from episode 13.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
So I'm pretty sure the episode just picks up from what happened?
Scotty's hanging out with the newbies.
Right.
And Summer apologizes to Jazz about snatching the chain.
I know. I was actually surprised about that. I was like, okay, Summer's being mature to an extent. Mature. Okay. Sorry. But to an extent, I was like, oh, I'm surprised. I didn't expect her to apologize to Jazz, but she did.
It was nice to see.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was cute. Because I feel like she's still being fake. So, but it was cute.
Right. But it's funny to always watch the way they interact with each other. Because it's like Jazz was like, I'm only accepting this apology if you're serious this time. Because she apologized before.
Right. That's right. So one thing that I do want to touch on is that Scotty she is outside with the girls talking, and she makes sure to, basically say like, are we cool? Because I know that there was some issues with me giving the chain to Jazz. So the girls start talking about that, which kind of just leads Summer to apologize to Jazz. And then after that, I think we see a scene with Ivory.
Tink, Ahna, and Tasiki are chatting. And then Ivory walks out during the convo, and she talks about the prank.
Right. She basically wants to know who did it. She's confronting it. Ivory is still upset about it, and she's over it. But then this was crazy. This episode, it was so hard to keep track because they just jumped from scene to scene to scene.
Mm-hmm. But then another scene was when Jaden and Biggie start. Right. They're trying to talk shit out.
They're trying to talk like adults, but it's not really going. It's not going in the way that you think.
In my opinion, it was Jaden who was more of the adult.
100%.
And Biggie's just seeming more and more, the more you get to see her, just you can see a lot of the the emotional immaturity in her.
Mm-hmm. But at some point, Lex does come out, and she comes out ready to fight in the bonnet, tank top, shorts, sneakers, on go. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Tasiki even mentions that in her confessional, talking about she got the fighting shorts on, she ready to go.
Yeah. So, and Lex was mad because of the drink that was thrown at her by Ivory
on the bus.
Right, was it like the night before or something like
that? It
was
when they were about to go to the club.
Yeah, it was.
But then Ivory basically explains that she doesn't want to fight anymore. She's done. But Big Lex is like, no, it's not done. Da-da-da. You was talking all this shit that you want to keep fighting, but then you want to say you don't want to fight no more.
Yeah, and then she blamed her. She said, I just got my wig done. Yeah, she just spent $500 on her wig. Which, you think that's the reason why she didn't want to fight? You think she's kind of like just tired?
I think she's just tired. You know, let me just say this.
Yeah.
Even though we was talking shit and we was definitely clocking Ivory, I like Ivory. Like, she seems like a really sweet, loyal person. Mm-hmm. She just has a hard time communicating. She has a very hard time communicating, obviously, because of how she grew up, her environment, you know, how she was raised, the people that she surrounds herself with. So it's a little hard for her. But, like, I feel like she is a sweet, genuine person. Loyal, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And we were talking about this off camera. But I was just saying that, you know, Ivory is just like E.T. in a sense of like, you know, they just have terrible communication, except Ivory, I don't know.
Why do you keep comparing Ivory to E.T.? Like, I don't think that they are similar.
Because they came from Now That's TV.
Okay, that's the only thing they have.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And because people are like, oh, go back to Now That's TV. Now That's TV girls don't belong here type shit. Yeah. That's the only reason why.
Okay.
I compare her.
Because I'm like, personality, we already
they're not the same. We get that. Yes. But I agree that Ivory seems like someone who just doesn't know how to communicate but has a good heart.
Right.
And she looks so hurt by this whole thing
still. She really did. Like, she really looks so hurt. Like, she want to cry.
But then as this is going on, we jump to another scene where DTB comes out with Scotty and the No Girls when they were talking. DTB pulls out the folding chair, sits down, and talks about how she tries to, like, I guess, instigate a fight or something like that.
Well,
because
she confronts a situation about Pretty P and her sister again, right?
No. She tells Summer about supposedly how she pissed on Dolly.
Oh, she threw piss on Dolly.
She threw piss on
that's
Dolly.
What she was trying to say.
You can tell like she trying to start something that wasn't really
Dolly
there.
Was like, no, she didn't. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like.
And Summer's like, bitch, I was pissing in a cup and it like fell or something or like splashed.
First of all, I feel like the whole Summer pissing on the bus story kind of just got dragged out. We hearing 3, 4, 5 different perspectives. They're saying she pissed on the bus, but then she said she pissed in a cup, put it to the side. Also, she said she asked the driver to stop.
Yeah,
he didn't stop. Then she also says, like, you know, she got kids, so her bladder is obviously weak after, you know, having kids. And people were just being really like insensitive, talking about, you a dusty bitch, you just peeing, you can't hold your bladder, you're not a baddie. And I'm like, all right,
I'm
this
not gonna
doing
lie,
too much.
Because who was that girl in Baddies South that was peeing in the fucking that was
Sky.
Sky, exactly. Tatted Sky. And I'm like, that's disgusting. So either way, Summer's nasty. I don't care.
Yeah.
Peeing in a cup.
I guess you're right.
Peeing in a cup and then you in the road.
You're right. But she did ask the driver. She did ask the driver to pull over though. But you're right.
You're right. The fact that like it's gotten to the point where there's multiple complaints about her peeing. It's not just one. Like, we've been hearing about it for a bit now. It's not cute, girl. Like, it's really not cute.
It's not cute.
If I'm a judge Sky, I'm a judge Summer. I don't give a fuck. That's still dirty.
Clock it. You're right. I just didn't like how it was just too many different stories. First, people were saying she peed on the bus, like on the actual furniture on the bus. Then she had to clear them and say it was in a cup. Then people just ran with it and didn't really ask her anything. So it just already felt like, okay, we're jumping on the hate Summer train, like, you know. But you're right, it's dirty. You're dirty.
It is dirty either way.
But why didn't the driver pull over?
There's other girls, and you're telling me all those other girls could have held it, but you can't?
That's true, but she had kids, so why is that not an excuse for her though? But it's an excuse for everyone else.
It's not an excuse for nobody. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's just dirty. The fuck.
Yo, I'm fucking weak.
I don't give a fuck. The same way Summer would clock something that she wouldn't like. It's the same way that shit is dirty,
you're
bitch.
Right, you're right.
And she knows it. She should know it. Bitch, like, that's dirty.
You think Natalie's bluffing about the $30,000, $25,000?
I think she's upping it up to scare them.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think it's that much money.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's
even
making,
Summer was like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up."
She making it seem like the bitch fucking pissed in a cup and threw it everywhere.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. I felt like it got blown out of proportion where people was making it seem like
dramatized.
That.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, calm down. Yeah,
right.
she dirty, but like, don't
She's
make it
dirty.
seem like she fucking OD'd. Like
she smeared her shit on the walls.
Right. That's how they were taking it. I was like, calm the fuck down.
Right. So then that whole scene went down. And then we switched back over to Ivory and Lex arguing. And they're all like, everybody's like, stop. Ahna's getting in between. Like, you guys got to stop fighting. She gets into the confessional and says how she's mad at Natalie for not taking accountability for what she's done.
Ivory?
Ahna got into the confessionals because she was upset that they keep fighting over a prank. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. She did say that. But I just thought it was funny because Ivory seemed like she was really trying to ignore Big Lex. But one thing I remember is that Big Lex said, "I'm coming for your crown. I'm going to take your spot, your throne." Bro, Ivory got triggered.
Yeah, she took her wig off.
After
she literally, her $500 wig that she said she wasn't going to fight because she just installed, literally tore that shit off.
Yeah, she really did that. She dragged that shit off. And she was like, you know what? Whatever. Because y'all not about to make me look like I'm pussy. So it was so funny to even see that. Because as soon as I heard Lex say that and she reacted, I was like, there it is. You got him.
Yeah, yep. So, and then we switched right back over to Biggie and Jaden. And Biggie and Jaden are bickering for, honestly, I don't even know why. They were just, you know what? I feel like there's just this jealousy, and now we know why. But there is a jealousy between Biggie and Jaden because there's no reason why Biggie shouldn't like Jaden, period.
Right,
like, she acting like she, like Biggie's fucking Blueface type shit. Like, it's weird. But again, it goes back to the jealousy, and we end up finding out later that it's because Ahna has been developing a relationship with Jaden on the side. But as they're going back and forth, I thought it was fucking hilarious when Biggie's like, I'm gonna put on the Stewie costume.
Yo.
And she started dancing. That shit was mad funny.
Yo, for real. She started singing her song and all that. I was like, this bitch is stupid. I'm not gonna hold you. I started laughing though. But that's how you know she was a child in the situation.
100%.
So obviously after the whole Biggie and Jaden little bullshit, right, that we saw on screen, Lex is still going off. Ivory gets taken away from the scene. But as Lex is talking to the OGs, they let her know that Natalie was the one that moved the name tags because Lex was also asking, who moved it? Who moved it? Right? So they told her it was Natalie. And then Lex was like, I can't fight Nat. One of the OGs gonna have to take the fade for her. And I thought that was so funny, which I knew was gonna happen. But like, what were your thoughts on that? Because I feel like you had a lot to say about that.
I didn't, it was just like, it was annoying. That's all. Because I feel like one thing I loved about E.T. was that she snuck Natalie.
That was
she
the
didn't
best.
give a fuck.
That was the best.
At the consequences. But I guess, they use that as the example. And what happens when you fuck with Natalie, you kind of get casted off the show and stuff like that.
Also it's like you're not gonna hit your boss, right? And that's what she is.
But notice how nobody really stood up for Natalie to take her fade either. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting, and I wonder who would if that was the case. And
it better
feel like
be Jayla because she stayed talking shit and be ready to fight. So it better be Jayla.
Yeah. So I mean, it was annoying though because I guess Lex. Everybody says they'll stand on it until it's time to really stand on the person who
until
actually
it's
did
Natalie.
Something. Exactly.
I feel like people are ready to stand on it until it's their boss. So.
Yeah, I guess. But their boss is a part of the show, so that's kind of like an unfair power dynamic.
I agree.
I feel like it should be fair, and I think that's another reason why we loved Krishan as well, a part of the show, because they weren't afraid of standing up to Natalie. And I feel like most girls are afraid, but honestly, if it makes for good TV, Lemmy's gonna bring you back either way, despite how Natalie feels. Because at the end of the day, if E.T. didn't go and burn more bridges, like she burned Rolly, she burned a lot of bridges to say it was only because she had beef with Natalie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree. That's true.
Because look at Krishan, they can't wait to get her back, and she just stay coming for Natalie. You know what I mean? At least back then, you know what I mean? But they're ready to throw money at her the minute she accepts a new show offer.
Right, exactly.
So it's like I don't genuinely think that that's really the issue. I think, but most girls are afraid, obviously, because most girls, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a power dynamic, and I think it's a little unfair. If you're gonna fucking do the dirty work, at least, you know, be able to have fair consequences to that without repercussions. You know what I mean?
That's true. I feel you, because they're always so quick to be like, you're a baddie, right? You're a baddie, prove it.
Right.
So then what's the problem then? If Natalie's a baddie too, all is fair.
All is fair.
Exactly. All is fucking fair. Like, period. That's true.
So then we go back to the other scene where DTB's chatting again, and she get crazy because now we're talking about her sister, Pretty P's sister.
Yes.
As DTB is talking about Pretty P's sister, she's calling her a bitch, and Pretty P's like, relax, that's my sister. And I felt that. I'm like, listen, calm it the fuck down. I heard you. I didn't set you up, bitch.
Right, because that's basically what she was insinuating and saying. Like, Pretty P set it up.
Right.
But Pretty P already told her, like, listen, I would never. Listen, I said it the last time. Pretty P, if she waited for you to be healed to fight you, this is someone that is not going to send someone on you. Like, she has too much integrity to do that.
No, I love watching Pretty P fight because she just has such
funny
etiquette. What is the last episode too?
Oh my God, with Tank. Yo, she was like, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Like, okay, fight etiquette. Like, what the fuck?
I love Pretty P with she's cute. She fights cute. Like, you know, she has
She
respect.
don't give a fuck.
No.
She just
whenever you're ready.
Exactly.
It's so funny. Oh shit. All right, so then so now we get into the scene where Rolly, Akbar, Jayla are chatting about Slim and how Rolly has made her the assistant. I can't believe she took the job. You know.
And then Slim comes in with fucking snacks. This is where Slim comes in with the snacks. Hair done, outfit done, makeup done. And I'm not going to hold you, bitch. If I made you my fucking assistant, you coming in here looking like that, I'm going to look at you some type of way too. Because if I told you what to do and you didn't do it, but you coming in here looking good
and lit
with a drink in your hand with snacks, bitch, I'm mad.
And Rolly was mad.
Because what the fuck are you getting paid to do?
Yo, and they were like, what are you kind of trying to call her fat or something like that? Because she brought the snacks.
And then Akbar was like, what did she say? I got big girl tendencies.
Big girl syndrome.
Big girl syndrome.
Something like that.
It was big girl syndrome.
I felt that.
She said, give me the stacks. Give me the stacks. I was like, yo.
I felt her on that one. I felt her.
Yeah, Rolly was like, what are you trying to be funny or something?
Yeah, because it's like, and also Slim's choice. Like, it was like brown outfit with green. First of all, color combo, fire. But the outfit not giving, okay? Like, it was, the outfit, the green shoes was like, not it. But it was a cute color combo. It was. But she.
Chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
It was given that. No, beef and broccoli. Beef and broccoli because it was brown and green. You feel me?
I like that. And she the white container.
Girl, I didn't even think about all that.
Nah, you right. That's good shit.
Yo, I'm fucking weak.
But yeah, nah. So Rolly's tight. And then they start going back and forth. Slim says that, you know, because she had like she had lost her voice because she was partying hard the night before or something like that.
Right. And Rolly called her out on that. And obviously she is trying to explain to them that she didn't mean any disrespect by the snacks. She just wanted to, whatever the fuck she wanted. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All I know is that I understood Rolly in this scene because if you're supposed to be my fucking assistant and I gave you a list and you didn't do shit on the list, but you're drunk, you got a fucking drink in your hand, you dress like beef and broccoli, makeup done, hair done, and you brought snacks?
Not beef and broccoli. I'm crying. No, but, and you know what? This scene, I hate looking at Slim scenes because it really...
It's so degrading.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I do. And you know what? This is a perfect time to talk about it. because I feel bad for Slim. Like, I really do. I have empathy, okay? A lot of people don't give a fuck. They see these girls and they're like, oh, you know, they take away from who they are as people, which is normal, right? We're watching a show. Cool. But what I'm saying is I just feel bad because this is a real life girl who really don't have, like, nobody's ever seen what a baddie's assistant looks like. And then Slim is not really a leader. And so it's like, she don't know what the fuck she doing. She thinks she a part of Baddies. She's trying to use, like, you know what I'm saying? But there's no real role to kind of follow. So honestly, I feel like Rolly has the power to bully her no matter what. Even if she tried everything, she'd probably pick on something else. Because at the end of the day, there is no real role. It's just, it's all bullshit, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So either way, like, whatever. But I found it interesting that despite how I feel about Slim, the bitch fucking blocked me on Instagram. Because she saw, I guess I tagged her. But I tagged her just because to tag her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you were actually like on her side in the clip.
Exactly.
But I don't think she watched it.
She didn't.
To get to that point.
Right. She didn't watch it long enough. But
she just saw the caption and probably just was like, bitch, don't tag me in this shit.
She got mad at me. She said, don't tag me. Oh, bitch, don't tag me in this shit. And then blocked me. But it's so interesting because it's like, bitch, I'm on your side.
Right.
I
know.
The weirdest part is I'm on your side, but I think that also goes to show you, right, who Slim is as a person. Like, I don't feel like what Rolly says is far-fetched, and I would probably now, like, seeing her energy in real life interactions, I can see how someone like Rolly could be fed up with her. Because if she was like that with me, and remember when we criticized DTB and DJ Sky, and they both had, like, you know, responded with respect, and they respect other people's opinions, and we are okay to agree to disagree.
Right.
It's never been on some disrespectful, I'ma block you shit. But the fact that
you also weren't disrespectful for what you said.
Exactly. So. And then the fact that this girl literally just blocked me, didn't even care, it was just bad energy. Right, it's like, no wonder people treat you the way they do, because you seem like good people, like, hello. And I'm not saying, like, you know, whatever. I'm just saying there are good intended people, and then you just immediately block them. That's very telling, and I don't need to know you to know that if you block me, girl, then how many people's, you know, doors have you shut in people's faces? You know what I'm saying?
And you weren't even being rude. That's the thing that kills me.
She needs somebody to talk to her rude for her to, like, really like them. Because I
guess
feel like,
look, she's cool with Rolly. Like,
right.
Ugh. So Summer, Jazz, and Emma, they come into the scene. They see that Slim's in the house and everything. So, of course, Summer being Summer is making a big deal about it and was like, oh, you brought snacks for us too and all this stuff. Like, you know, if you're going to be her assistant, you're going to be all of our assistant. You're going to be the baddie's assistant because you ain't a baddie. So she's talking all this shit, and Slim is being reasonable with her at first. Like, just telling her,
she's really trying to talk it out.
She really is trying to talk it out and explain the situation to her. And she's just basically saying how, no, like, I'm Rolly's assistant and that's it. I work for Rolly. I don't work for nobody else, but that's cute. But, you know,
Summer's just pretty much bullying her.
Yeah, she's bullying her at this point, egging it on. So obviously now it goes, they continue to go back and forth until the point where Slim is over it. Then they start fighting.
No, well, first of all, Slim starts crying.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about
She
that.
starts crying. She wasn't trying to do all that. She was clearly lit. She was clearly still, like, you know, fucked up from the night before.
Yeah, I forgot she was crying.
She came in all good, happy, thought she was cute. And then she, you know, then you got these girls basically bullying her, trying to bully her out the house.
Right.
And she wasn't trying to do all that. So she starts crying, which is why I said, again, I felt really bad for her, you know? But fuck that bitch. She's gonna fucking block me. You know what I'm saying?
But this is what I'm saying. You know, it's crazy because people are like, oh, bullying, which is true. Yes. She was bullying her. Summer was definitely bullying her. But then when you hear other people's arguments about how, oh, well, it's baddies, and them being a little insensitive, they don't think that it's bullying because you should be a baddie to stand up for yourself. What is your take on that? Like, do you agree with that or no?
No, because I feel like, you know, I mean, yes, you should be able to stand up for yourself. And, you know, Slim does.
Because people are like, if you're on baddies, there should be no fucking bullying.
One thing I will say is that when you look at comparing Biggie being bullied and Slim being bullied, the two very big differences that Slim stands on it each and every time. Lose or not, delusional or not, she really stands on it, and she's like a chihuahua too, except she really be getting down, and she's not afraid of your size. So I will say that out of like Ahna too, like compare her to all of them, she stands on it. But is it still bullying? I mean, to a degree, because there's always going to be a loser, right? You're always going to see the one who's weaker at the end of the day, and Summer's a very strong person.
It's like a survival of the fittest in that damn house.
Hell yeah, Survivor, baby.
Ew. So after that little first round between Summer and fucking Slim is going crazy on top of the table, wig off, looking like a crackhead, twerking, doing all types of shit, yelling, just, you know, Slim is activated. Crackhead Slim is activated. So with that being said, you know, after that, they fight again, and it's just crazy, and it's just bullshit. Obviously, security has to separate it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really like to see the dynamic between Summer and Slim, because it's just like, what's the reason?
Right, exactly. Summer doing too much.
Doing way too much. Yeah. Like, you went from Jazz to Slim. Like,
yeah, you're bullying Slim for no reason.
Literally.
And you're just doing too much, but, you know.
She's bullying Slim because she can. I feel like Summer is the type of girl, like those girls like that like thrive off of bullying. They bully because they can, and you let them, and they love the attention that you're giving them, and they love the fact that you're not going to fight back, and if you do, you're going to lose anyway. I feel like bullies have that mentality, and it's like, if you put them in their fucking place, they won't bully you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Or they're tread lightly.
Exactly. But Slim is weak, and she doesn't know how to put nobody in their place.
Slim is weak. And you know what? She even makes, you know what I'm saying? Like, even again, like my little interaction with her, she brings out my inner bully. Like, I just feel like, you know what? There's so many things disrespectful that I could say about you, lady.
And you choose not to.
I choose not to, because I'm better than that. But what I'm saying is, I understand if I'm in the show, I probably would feed off that energy too, bitch. The fuck?
Ew.
No, because you're really like, you're a dumb bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you're easy to fucking bully. Like, I feel like that's another thing too.
You're easy to bully, but also it's not even about that. It's just the fact that like, you're just, I don't know, I can't stand people like that, you know?
You said,
cause you really think, I don't know. I feel like she's definitely burned a lot of her bridges, and that's why she just like, you know, bad energy. And listen, I still feel bad for her. That doesn't take away from what I said. The previous episodes doesn't take away anything.
I don't feel bad for her.
I feel bad because some people need to see need the light. And she clearly needs
She don't need your light to be shined on her, though.
No,
someone else's fucking light to be shined on her.
So then the next, I think the scene after that is where DTB is in the bus with the newbies. They're going to Milwaukee.
Wow.
So this is where the anxiety's coming in. You know, Ivory's talking about how she gotta be careful because
she got ops out there.
Yeah, and they said that they was gonna throw acid on her face, some shit like that, which sounds crazy.
It's really crazy. Because also, let's just take a pause right here. I don't know if you guys seen, but obviously Baddies Africa, the auditions are happening right now as we speak. So there was a video that surfaced, 2 videos actually, that went viral where Rolly is walking in. People, of course, are recording and screaming, Rolly, Rolly, Rolly. You know, she's cute and she's saying hi. You know, she's thinking she's eating. And then a random bitch throws water on her and the fucking security tosses that bitch to the ground. I mean, I was shocked. I was like, damn, did he really have to do all that? But then again...
Yeah. That's what you get paid to do. Protect me. That bitch just fucking disrespected me. The fuck?
Yeah, but to toss her. He threw her on the...
Yup. You'll think about how you throw this. You remember back in the day, out to all my older folks, like people back in the day, I'm talking about maybe the 40-year-olds, the 50-year-olds, when you used to go to the clubs and the bouncers wouldn't let the men in.
That's true, though.
They used to toss people out. Get the fuck out. You know why? Before the cameras and shit? Because some people were drunk and needed to learn their fucking lesson. And you know what? At the end of the day, life is full of consequences. You're lucky you're not in jail.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're right. Absolutely. He's doing his job. But though he tossed her back fucking hard, yo. I was like, damn.
Good.
Yo, people was like, that's the security she fucking on. Yo.
Don't mess with my woman.
But it's crazy though. Because
no, but what happened with Scotty too?
Exactly. The random girl pulls her hair.
Yeah, it's
and it
disgusting
was just,
behavior.
I was like, honestly, okay, guys, I understand that Baddies gets a bad rep. I understand.
Then why
but that
are you
doesn't
there?
give you the right to assault someone.
Yeah, no.
So I'm just kind of like, this was kind of really distasteful. Like, I mean, I'm sure obviously we've said a lot of stuff about Rolly's character, but we're not fucking people that's gonna harass people and go out and do just outlandish shit. You know what I mean? So when I saw that, Scotty. I was like, this is, I know, and Scotty.
Who's even much
who
nicer
don't even
person.
do nothing.
Right.
So, for me, it's like, this is what DTB was talking about when she said, you don't know who's a friend and who's an enemy, because I felt that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it going back to just what happened during the auditions, it's sad because even, it's big when my own father, who doesn't watch Baddies,
that was crazy.
Like, yeah, I saw this girl getting her wig snatched or some shit, and he's seen it.
Saw it.
He didn't even know what he saw, but he he's like, yeah, I know something with that. And I was like, yo, that's crazy, because at the end of the day, very distasteful, very ugly. I don't give a fuck if the security guard fucking tossed you, if he flung you. At the end of the day, that would have never happened. It'd be one thing if it wasn't called for.
Right.
But the fact that you put your hands on one of the
And what if the water was acid? Oh, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, what if the water was acid? People are crazy.
But what's the, like,
it's
what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like, you guys are that miserable to do some shit like that? Like, that's really fucking disgusting. And you know what? Like, that makes me upset, because at the end of the day, this is a show. This is a fucking show. Yeah, I get it.
It's not that deep.
It's a reality TV. We talk about it here because it's content, and it's a show that, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, these people got kids. People go home. Like,
they're fucking people. Like,
it's weird. You're not on the show. That type of behavior will not get you on the show.
So ugly.
Very ugly, very distasteful, and not cute. Don't condone it. But yeah, so then they're on their way. The anxieties is high. I know that after DTB had got kicked by Pretty P's sister, I mean, I'd be scared too. That shit the fuck. I don't, like, you don't know who's gonna come for you. And you know how crazy them things get. And it was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday that they went out in Milwaukee. And even Tasiki's like, it's a Tuesday. Y'all go home. Y'all don't gotta sleep.
They lit out there.
Yeah. So then, you could tell DTB looked mad scared to get out that damn bus. She looked hella like her eyeballs was up. Like,
she looked like she was looking around like, who's out here?
So a few fights broke out in the club that night. And I think Jaden had actually started fighting with the fans because they had grabbed her chain.
I'm wondering if this scene, because it was very chaotic, but I'm wondering with this scene, if this was when Mel shows up. Mel is someone that is Ivory's op, so to speak, and they were on Now That's TV. I don't think this is when she shows up, because I think Mel is who Natalie
brings in.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know, but I remember before the show was released and it was mid-filming, I had seen some behind-the-scenes stuff of that night where Mel was there and it was some crazy shit, but I could be wrong and be mixing up the nights, y'all. But I don't know why. I'm wondering if that night was the night where Mel and her girl showed up and also tried to, like, jump
Wouldn't we have known about it, though?
Well, I saw something like that, but it was, you know how sometimes you see stuff and they take it out, they don't show everything? Yeah. Like also that night in the club where Jayla, Big Lex, and Bad Dolly fight. Yeah. That was a scene that, of course, someone caught while the show was filming, but that wasn't put in the show. I don't know, guys. If you know, correct me in the comments. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So. And also that night, somebody has snatched Ivory's wig. So it was like a bunch of chaotic.
It was a lot going on.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot going on.
Too much, man.
It's fucked up.
It is.
But unfortunately, that's the type of crowd that Baddies attract.
That's what they attract. Yeah. Which is, it's a double-edged sword. It's fucked up.
There's a price you pay for being on Baddies.
Exactly.
And both sides could be criticized.
Yeah, honestly.
So then we go into the scene where Nat, Jalen, Scotty, and Rolly are chatting. They're talking about the night, and they're like, okay, we're going to go to the rage room. This is where we find out they're going to go to the rage room. They call Ivory on FaceTime, which I think you pointed out, like, again, this goes to show, like, Ivory's getting the FaceTime calls. Usually Tink gets the FaceTime calls, or Jayla will get the FaceTime calls. So, like, again, going back to how Ivory felt betrayed by Natalie, playing that manipulative thing. So whatever, she gets told that they're going to go to the smash room or whatever, the rage room. And then Then there's another scene where we go to the brunch where Biggie, Ahna, Tasiki, and Jaden are sitting down.
Yeah, they have their little sit down because Ahna basically wants to get to the bottom of things between Jaden and Biggie. She says she likes both of them. She wants them to just get along. So this is where we find out Biggie's real issue with Jaden.
Yeah, exactly. So Biggie is jealous of
Ahna and Jaden's friendship that they're developing on the show.
Right, exactly. And
I thought it was funny though, like mid that little sit down, like Jaden and Biggie, they're obviously going back and forth. Anna's trying to be mediator, but why? This is when Biggie finds out that the flowers that Jaden hit her with, Ahna bought those flowers for her. That shit had me weak. Biggie was like, you a fake ass bitch. Like, what the fuck? You bought this bitch flowers to hit me. Anna's like, I didn't think she would hit you with them. It was for her birthday.
It was so funny because Anna's like, shut up. Why you starting
she was
shit?
Like, why did you say that? Like, but it was just so funny to even see the dynamic.
Yeah.
I honestly think Biggie and Jaden could be cool though. I don't know what the issue is.
You know,
really don't.
I think Biggie's just all fucked up and this is your girl. But
you think because she's grieving?
No, I think that's just who she's always been. And now it makes sense because we're seeing it more. Before, you know, she always moved weird when it came to Tommy and the whole Stunna thing. Like, there was really no reason for her to hate Stunna.
Right.
Like, on some real shit.
That's true, yeah.
And so I always looked at her like, okay, but you know, I get it. It was your first season. Cool. Gave her that. But then I always felt like there was this weird, like, I never understood why she wanted Natalie's approval so bad. Like, why it would always hurt her. And then I'm like, I still couldn't put my finger on it. Now I'm starting to realize what it is. And what it is that Biggie's a very jealous person. And she even with friendships.
Possessive.
Very, very possessive. Takes things very personal.
Very personal.
And, you know, I'm noticing it now to the point where it's almost like a little bit immature. You know, and it explains why she's always wanting Natalie's validation to the point where she's crying for it.
But it explains why Natalie don't fuck with her.
That
probably finds her annoying.
Too emotional. Exactly. As a Capricorn.
Right, and she don't have time for that.
I would hate that.
You're a boss. You're running a show. I don't have time for the shit.
Exactly.
Stop crying in my fucking ear.
Exactly.
Respectfully.
Exactly. No, for sure. But I do want to point out that in this scene, I thought about how I thought it was interesting that when Ahna was complaining about loyalty, okay, Biggie was like, you don't understand. I have one left lung. I don't got my other one. I'm grieving. I'm not in the right headspace. I don't want to fight. And then Anna's explaining, you don't have to fight, but stand up for me. Defend me. You're not saying nothing.
Saying nothing, right.
Right. But then now all of a sudden, so, you know, there was no loyalty to Ahna when it came to her and her fights. But all of a sudden, Anna's developing a friendship with Jaden. Now, all of a sudden, loyalty matters. Now, all of a sudden, you're not grieving enough. You're not grieving enough to feel some type of way about Ahna having another relationship. But you're not being a good friend to her on the show.
Right. Absolutely.
So you're a hypocrite. You're I don't know. It's giving selfish. Like, you want people to be loyal to you, but you don't want to do any work. You don't want to fight. You don't want to stand up for nobody.
She don't even want to stand up for herself.
Right. And that's why I feel like when Nunu comes in, you see her try to stand up now because it's like, you know, y'all had this beef or whatever. But I also feel like she did it because she's realizing that she might be losing her friend a little.
I agree with you 100%. Like, because you wasn't standing up to nothing. Now, all of a sudden, you see she getting closer to Jaden. You want to stand up?
Stand up to Nunu? Like, nah, come on.
Yo, for real. Oh God. So then they go to the rage room after this, right?
Yes. So that they get to the rage room, and this is where Natalie brings up the invoice.
Yes, and she brings up the issue with Summer pissing.
Yes.
Oh God. And bluffs about $25,000, $30,000, whatever the fuck she said.
Yeah, it was $30,000.
$30,000. Okay.
Yeah. So the newbies come in. Natalie talks about how she's got a bone to pick and how, you know, somebody's been pissing in the sprinter, and everyone's like, yeah, it was Summer. Everyone looking at Summer, and Natalie's like, well, what are we gonna do? Because it's $30,000 that I gotta pay because some about the TV and then some about the floors and all this bullshit.
All this shit is fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
Summer looked stressed though, low key.
She did, because she was like, I hope that's not coming out of my check.
Right.
Or like, I have to contribute to that, because obviously she don't got the money to contribute to that.
Right.
So Yeah. But I feel like they really were.
They just doing it. The same way they're like, we're gonna kick people out, and they don't.
I know.
They just stupid.
I know. Natalie always does that. She always has like a trick up her sleeve to say some shit to stir something.
Speaking of stirring, so then she's like, "Yeah, we have somebody who's coming back.
Right?
Didn't get their time before, which I'm happy to see, and we get introduced to Nunu.
Right? Nunu gets introduced on this end of the episode of the Rage Room. And honestly, I was here for it because I personally feel like the replacements didn't get enough shine on their season. And I feel like Nunu was one of the replacements that I really did like and I wanted to see more of. So I'm actually happy that she is back on this season and really there, like moved in, getting her shine with the
getting
girls.
Her camera time.
Exactly. So she comes out. Yeah. And shit is up.
Ahna goes into the confessional and says that Natalie's weak as fuck for bringing Nunu back.
Oh, I forgot she said that.
Because you know what it is. Yeah. And then Ahna got up immediately and went for it. She just went, attacked Nunu. And then Biggie also got up at the same time. And that's kind of where the episode ends.
And the episode ends there. And then we pick up on episode 14 where we see Nunu come in. And we see the whole shebang. She comes in and her and Ahna like get straight to it.
Yeah.
And first of all, I was shocked because I didn't even think this was going to happen. I thought someone was going to jump, like Tasiki or someone was going to jump in because she's been jumping in for fucking Ahna's battles. But she didn't. You know, and they fight and she got a lump on her head.
I kind of knew this was going to happen because I remember before the season, and I've been looking for this one jacket because I knew I don't know. They went online and said it was Biggie and Ahna had went online before the show aired and said this jacket is legendary. And it was the jacket Biggie had with the bows. It was the black jacket with the bows, the pink bows.
That's
true.
So
I was like, oh, I wonder what, like Biggie got into a fight? Like I'm thinking like, oh shit, it's going to be crazy. All to find out. So now I'm excited because I know this episode we get to find out what was so legendary about this jacket. And then I just find out that, oh, Biggie and Ahna jumped Nunu? How is that fucking legendary, bitch?
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because when you watch the trailer of Baddies Midwest, they don't show all of that. They show mostly Biggie getting in the paint, but they show like small clips. So you thought it was just Biggie,
exactly.
Right? But I just thought that this was really crazy. First of all, I didn't know how to feel, okay? You got to understand. Y'all know how I feel about Ahna Mac. Okay. And I feel like I've been on repeat and I've been too redundant. So I've taken it a little easy on her. So even when I saw this interaction, I'm not going to hold you. I was a little hyped.
I was hyped.
I was very hyped. But because I was so like, you know, over the whole shit with her, I was just kind of like, it was all right. The second round though.
Yeah.
That round was where I was
they
like,
went
shit.
for it. It was good.
Yeah, but yo, when she had the fucking knot on her fucking head, I was like, yo.
Yeah. And she was talking about my face was broken and now Scotty's face is broken or something like that. She mentioned Scotty's face too.
Yeah, she did. When Scotty was trying to insert herself.
Exactly. Which I thought was interesting. I'm like, why are all these girls' faces like, broken?
Why is Scotty's face broken? That was it. She was like, Scotty, stay out of it. You know your face is broken. And I was like, whoa, like, what happened to Scotty?
Why are all these girls' faces broken?
Right. Let me
common denominator.
Whoa. You have something you want to say? Whoa. Is it you?
There's no accusations here.
I didn't. I'm just asking, like, is it you? Like, because those are the two girls that allegedly, you know, and their faces are broken. It's just a little, it's not really far-fetched.
Yeah, it's weird. I'll say that.
It is weird.
It's definitely weird. So Biggie, like in the middle of the fight, kind of pushes back and screams at Nunu, like, give my girl around, meaning Ahna. Give my girl around. We not gonna jump you, which I thought was interesting because her saying that after jumping her is like really wild.
Yeah, it's so funny because at some point, you know, after Ahna and Nunu have their first round, Ahna does go in the back and you see the lump on her head and she's with Biggie. She's crying in the back at this point and she's just like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Now I'm mad. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's interesting now you're mad and crying. But I bet you if you got that, you would have been talking mad shit. You would have been hyped like you usually are. because you did the same shit with Mariah. You didn't give a fuck about the situation with her mother, and you were saying out of pocket disrespectful stuff. You claimed that was your friend. I don't give a fuck. That was just so disrespectful. So the bitch is crying. Yeah, I don't care. Like, I just feel like if we're friends, I'm not doing the most. When she beat up Mariah, she was doing the most.
Yeah, she was like
very disrespectful.
Her true colors.
Very disrespectful. But of course, now you got your ass beat. You got a lump on your head. Mm-hmm. You're in the bathroom crying, talking about, I'm mad. Okay, cool. Tasiki's in there and she's just like, no, let my girl run her fair one. Don't jump in. So she's making it known to Biggie to not jump in. Mm-hmm. But obviously, it don't even matter because even Ahna in her confessional was like, I don't give a fuck. Now you getting jumped, bitch. Like, ain't no fair ones over here.
You know, and I hated when she said that because it's like, I feel like not a lot of people, that she hasn't gotten as much pushback the way people felt when fucking E.T., Rolly, was it Rolly? Who jumped? Hi, my name's T.
Rolly and E.T.?
Rolly and E.T., when they fucking did it, it was a big thing. And is equally as fucked up.
The only difference is that T couldn't fight. So, of course, people felt bad, whereas Nunu can fight. So, nobody cares as much.
But it's still the same shit.
And Ahna's smaller. But I agree with you. It is the same shit. Because it's like, where's the same energy?
Right, exactly. I don't give a fuck if you're small. Because at the end of the day, again, look at Slim. She's small. She can't fight, but she's still fair. You know what I'm saying? She still stand up whether she wins or lose. She kept getting up to Rolly, bro.
Yo,
delusional as fuck.
5 fucking
That's
rounds.
what I'm saying. So the fact that you need somebody to jump in and you're trying to justify it because, well, you're short. I'm tired of Ahna playing the fucking short card. It's like really obnoxiously annoying at this point. Because it's like, if it was E.T. and Rolly, y'all would have been fucking canceled them.
They like to cancel you when you're big and aggressive, but because Anna's not big and not aggressive, she's like
neither
a chihuahua.
is Biggie.
Exactly, and neither is Biggie. She big, but she can't fight and she's not aggressive, so they're not gonna give her the same energy. It's like with the dogs, right? People will rather put down their pit bull before they put down their chihuahua after the chihuahua bit somebody. So train your fucking dogs. Anywho, it's true.
It's true.
Okay. So, obviously, as Ahna and Biggie are in the back, Natalie is asking Nunu what happened, explain the situation. I don't know how the fuck this happened. So Nunu just clears it up to basically say that, Ahna talked about her baby daddy, she talked about her mom and she let it slide, but then she talked about her son. So now it's like, it's up. It's up. Like, I get it in the beginning. I said what I said. It started from Baddies Caribbean, but then it could have just been deaded, but it wasn't.
It was the same thing that Lex did with Jayla, and they were able to dead it.
That's true.
And be copacetic with each other.
Right, that's true. That's true.
But
no.
Ahna just...
When she starts talking, she starts talking.
And that's what gets her in trouble. That's how we got here.
Exactly. And then Scotty had her little 2 cents when Nunu said what she said, talking about, well, didn't you do a lot of talking on the internet and all that stuff? And that's when Nunu basically says, no, I let her talk a lot. She talked about so-and-so, but when it came to my kid, that was just off limits for me. So now it's up. Like, that's it. Nunu also explains that her hand was fucked up still from Baddies Caribbean, which is crazy.
Is fucking crazy. Yeah. That's sad.
You beat 2 bitches up with a fucking broken hand.
You beat 2 bitches up with a broken hand and it's still healing. And fucking Zeus Network don't pay for medical benefits. So it's like, Jesus Christ, these poor women, bro. Y'all realize that shit gonna hurt when you get older, right?
No,
like,
like even DTB with her tooth.
Yeah, like y'all need to get physical therapy because that's long-term pain.
No, for real. For real.
Bitches is wildin'.
So then Biggie and Ahna come out. And of course, Biggie is doing this little square up shit. I don't know what the fuck she doing. She's like, okay, come on, let's go. Let's go. Her and fucking Nunu, they square up. Biggie's not doing anything, but then Ahna jumps in. She jumps in. So Biggie and Nunu don't even get to fight. So then that's a whole thing. People are trying to break it up. Security trying to break it up. Like, why would you jump in? Ahna, da-da-da-da. But nobody really cares, right? Because nobody really reprimands Ahna for literally nothing, but will be quick to talk about anyone else. So I don't know what happened, but Biggie and Ahna start arguing after that. What the fuck was that about?
Oh, because Biggie throughout the fight was like, I got this. And then,
like, let me stand up for you type shit.
Yeah, and then Anna's like getting in the way anyways because she's riled up, and then they start going back and forth for some weird reason.
So fucking weird.
And it was so It was like the fucking money for the fucking blunts that
bro,
it was so random. It's like I low key feel like these girls don't really like each other.
I feel that way too.
Like, especially when they talk about like, oh yeah, that's my sister. We always fighting. The fact that y'all always fighting, you know, sometimes people can be sisters but not want to be real friends.
Yeah.
And like, you know, people have those siblings and like, yeah, if we weren't family, I wouldn't really fuck with you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's giving.
That is what it's giving.
Like, y'all really are trauma bonded by being in house B, but really in real life, like, you're annoying me and they annoy each other and they don't fuck with each other like that, but they trauma bonds.
I agree. I don't think they like each other either. But obviously after this, Ahna and Nunu finally, that second round. That's when they square up or, you know, get the fair one. And bro, Ahna got what was coming to her. Ahna got what she deserved. And honestly, listen, man, it is what it is. I have nothing to say. Only thing I can say is I'm glad Ahna actually got in the paint this time and Tasiki didn't fucking step in for her. Okay? Like big dog security. I'm just happy that fucking Ahna did what she needed to do. And that's it. Yeah. So I guess now I feel, what's the word? Closure. That's it. Closure. I feel closure with the whole with the way I feel about Ahna now, because it's
someone
like
took care of Ahna for you.
Because but she stood on it too. Because remember she was not fair. Trying to fucking stand on it, and how she snuck ET and didn't want to stand on it and all this weird shit. But she stood on it with Nunu for real this time. So I was like, okay, cool. Because you was trying to wrap the chain around your hand at the reunion. Yeah, no, bitch, no. So that didn't count. This counts.
Good.
I'm good now.
I'm glad.
I'm good now.
Shout out to Nunu.
Shout out to Nunu.
Shout out to Nunu.
I'm good off that. So after this, Nat is like, all right, it's done. It's done. It's over with. Let's go. We're not doing this anymore. So they go into the rage room, and fucking Natalie gets put in the room with Summer. That shit had me weak. Natalie was over there like, yo, every time Summer smashed something.
Summer looked crazy though. She was like,
she looked crazy for real. She was smashing shit like left and right. And Natalie just looked like, oh my God, why would y'all do this to me?
She was thinking about the $30,000 that she had to pay.
Yeah, she was like, I'm thinking about Natalie talking shit, so I'm smashing everything. I'm getting it off my chest. I was like, oh my God.
Yo, one thing's for sure, Summer is a character.
She really is.
In everything she does.
She is. And then this brings us to where Tink was tweaking.
Yo,
Tink was really tweaking, bro, on the bitches in the little waiting area. Those bitches didn't even get to go experience the rage room because this bitch wanted to tweak the fuck out.
Yo, she was really tweaking.
She really was. I don't know if like she was on something or if she just was really, I don't know, hormonal stuff.
I don't know. Also though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like in those type of environments in Zeus Network, when you're filming and you're in a rage room and you got a bat,
you get hyped.
Not even that. I don't trust you. Why would you put me in a room with Pretty Pete?
I didn't even think
Who's
about
setting me
that.
up? Who's setting me up right now?
You're right. I didn't.
She tweaking. I would be tweaking too. You were trying to fucking set me up with a bat in it on top of that.
This is so. Oh, it's so true.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what she was tweaking.
That's what she said, but like she didn't say it, but that you put it into perspective.
And I'm sure maybe a little bit of liquor. That's it. Yo, I'm bugging the fuck out. Who's setting me up right now?
Like, what are we about to be on right now? Like,
and that's what that's what got her pissed.
That's really what set it off. Yeah. And then DTB also was telling her that Bad Dolly was talking shit about how when her hand is healed, she wants to fight her too. Yeah. And then Bad Dolly had to tell her, ain't nobody saying nothing to DTB. Like, you see, I believe it. DTB be being messy sometimes. Yeah. So Bad Dolly had to tell her, like, nobody said anything to her. It's not that deep, but I'm whatever you're on. Like, whatever you want, I'm here for it.
I'm not pussy.
Exactly. Yeah. And then she was like, we're cool. And then Tink's like, okay, but Tink in that little...
Yeah.
Tink gave it his weak ass. Bad Dolly's just like...
She's like, we cool? All right.
She's like, all right. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but she was just going off and she needed to let it out. You know, bitches and their hormones. But as she's doing that, of course, Akbar saying whatever the fuck she's saying.
Akbar, though, I just want to talk about Pretty P, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about Pretty P because Tink was just going so hard and Pretty P was just sitting there like,
looking
okay,
pretty,
just sitting there looking at her very calm. It was just like, I mean, it's whatever. Like, you know, it's whatever. Like, whatever you want. And she's like, nah, because let me know you want it now, you want it later. She's like, it's whatever. I mean, whatever you want. Like, I got you.
Yeah.
We don't got to do it right now, but yeah, later I got you. Like, so calm. I'm like, bro.
That's when I really knew. It was that scene right there that I really was like, you know what? I really like Pretty P.
Bro, that shit
really
had
like
me
her.
fucking weak. Because I'm like, why? How is she so calm right now?
She's
like,
cute.
Bro, to fight, she just be like, okay, what time, date, when, and where, you know.
When you're feeling up to it. When you're better.
Right, as if you scheduling a fucking interview or some shit. The bitch, that's what she treat the fight like.
Yeah, it's great. It's so cute.
Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
They just need to take notes. That's how you respectfully
But that's
fight.
what I'm saying. I feel like, but that should show you right then and there that I don't think Pretty P was going to try to hit you with an object.
Right.
You know, in the room. So I definitely do think Tink was overreacting and overthinking about the situation. But it's not far-fetched to see why she would think like that. It's Zeus.
Right.
Y'all trying to set me up?
Right.
So I understand that part, but also seeing how, like, you know, Pretty P is with her etiquette when it comes to actually being a decent human being when fighting. Shit, I don't think she would have done that, honestly.
Nah, I don't think so either.
But that was so funny.
Yeah,
she was just
funny.
like, I got you. Like, what the fuck?
You did such a good impersonation of her.
Why were you so calm? Like, oh my God.
While homegirl's tweaking.
Right. Yelling.
Right.
Yelling. And yes, that's when Akbar interrupts and she's like, well, we don't need to do this. Let's just go. Because they want to experience the rage room. And fucking Tank goes off and was like, stop inserting yourself. Shut the fuck up. Like, why are you talking? You know, I already told you I got an attitude. So shut up. Why are you talking to me? Which I get it. Like, if I say I have an attitude, that should be your cue.
Let it rock.
That should be your cue. Don't talk to me. Like, so I really felt that.
That scene right there is literally what happens when it's just a bunch of women.
Yeah.
And no testosterone.
Yeah.
And I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, sometimes y'all testosterone is needed in these moments.
No,
because bitches, when they say they got an attitude and then the other girl got mad because that girl got an attitude, is done.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta let the girl have an attitude and just shut up. Just let her talk.
And that's what Pretty P did. Akbar did not get the memo.
Right.
Okay. But I just thought it was so crazy. Now Tink is tight. She's going off. Now she's trying to attack Akbar now. And 3 producers, 2 security guards. I'm like, damn, they really stopping Tink from getting Akbar.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, touch me not contract. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, DTB got to touch her.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there was no protection with DTB. So
maybe in the contract, because you know how they have certain amount of fights.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe she fulfilled her contract fight.
Maybe. I don't fucking
because they
know.
was hella extra protective around Akbar.
But when it was Biggie and Akbar, obviously nobody cared. DTB and Akbar, nobody cared. But now this.
Interesting.
It was so weird how it was so many. There was one producer talking about, no, Ticabella, no. I was like, we never seen you before on camera. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, what the fuck? This also continues when Tink and Pretty P, they're in their own separate area. And now Tink is arguing with Pretty P. And it's a whole thing where Tink is getting in Pretty P's face. Security is like getting in between them. Pretty P standing up because she's like, okay, so what are we about to do? Then Tink fucking hits Pretty P. Security separates them. Pretty P tries to hit her back. And it's like a whole thing. A whole thing. And it doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, they try to fight, but they just keep getting broken up. But overall, obviously, Tink was not feeling the situation. Did not want to be in the room with Pretty P. Obviously, then all the girls had to leave then at that point. No one else got to experience the rage room, which kind of sucks because I would be tight. Like, I wanted to experience the rage room. I would really like to experience that. So if I had to leave after that, I would have been mad. So then Natalie decides she's going to ride back in the bus with the newbies, right? Mm-hmm. This involves DTB as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. So in the van, DTB says that she quits Baddies out of nowhere and that she wants to go home. Natalie's like, what the fuck? Then DTB starts crying. Yeah. And she's just like,
starts breaking down.
She starts breaking down and she's just like, she wants it to stop. She doesn't like how everybody keeps fighting and it's just too much going on. It's just too much. And then Natalie's like, yeah, I know, me too. I told him too, but like, yeah. And I'm like, Natalie do not give a fuck.
No.
She do not give a fuck.
It's funny because you can hear it in her voice. And I was telling Tiana, I'm like, Natalie, to Natalie is like the EMT and like the people who work the ambulance and shit. They seen so many types of things and so many sick people, so many dead bodies. They're just like, it's just another day at work at this point.
Very desensitized. Very desensitized. And I feel like that's Natalie because she really did not care.
She's doing it for years also. Like DTB, and DTB's a good person. And she obviously says that during her rant about and crying about how she's like upset about this whole thing, how no one cares about nobody in the house. And that I just think she's experiencing those emotions because she is a good person. And at the end of the day, I feel like I get DTV because I'm like DTV. I probably have a mental breakdown too. I feel like is like Summer because if Summer was like, bitch, no one gave a fuck about Bad Dolly.
No, for real. Summer went off.
She didn't even care. Interrupted her whole rant.
Yo, I feel like I would have a little bit more class.
You would.
I wouldn't go off like that, but I would basically, drop little stuff here and there to kind of like say what I need to say. But I wouldn't go off like that.
No,
I feel like old me would have went off like that. I feel like younger, immature me would have definitely went off like that. But yeah.
I feel like I'm not saying that you would actually say that, but I'm saying like your thoughts and feelings.
Oh yeah,
that is what you feel like.
Yeah,
bitch, you know what you signed up for.
Yeah. So it's like, but it's like I feel both sides in this situation. Yeah. So like Summer goes off and she's like, when my bitch's hand got fucked up, no one cared about her. Was anyone there for her? Your bitch got to wear rings and all that. My bitch, they don't want her to wear her rings. Like, how is any of that fair? And then DTB was like, okay, well, that's why I quit. That's why I quit.
Yeah, because it's true.
This is what I'm talking about. Nobody cares about anybody. I quit. And then someone's like, so what the fuck is going on? Like, Summer really went off, bro.
That shit cracked me the fuck up. I was dying. I was dying because I get it. I get DTV, but the way Summer just did not give a fuck. It was like, bitch, that's not baddie behavior. That shit had me cracking the fuck up. She really
did. And then Nat starts giving a whole fucking lecture about how the girls want to stay on the show because once you're gone, no one gives a fuck about you. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad on this side of town. So you're going to have to just eat it.
She said, I've been in way worse situations.
Yeah. So that's what she was saying. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I know you had some conflicting thoughts about that.
Yeah, because she was like, you're going to ride the wave of Hollywood and everybody knows it. You go up when you go up. And when you go down, you go down. All of a sudden, your views go from your likes go for 220,000 to 3,000. Some bullshit like that.
Yeah. That's what she was saying.
I don't know, like, she's right. Mm-hmm. She's not wrong, right? Like, 100%, it is a wave. Mm-hmm. And when it's up, it's up. And when it goes down, it goes down. But I feel like, again, that doesn't justify. I feel like that's just a way of manipulating. At the end of the day, it doesn't take away from the trauma that is.
You think it's manipulating?
Yeah.
How? When she's telling you the truth?
It's like, those abusive boyfriends that are like, but at least I buy you this and like I'm buy you that. And they do those good things.
I guess.
They like over, like, it's almost like they try to make it seem like the good outweighs the bad, even though there's really bad shit. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, it's true. Mm-hmm. You could be a 9-to-5er, the way they love to look at us, right? Like the 9-to-5ers, oh, God forbid, you're a little fucking, 90% of the people in this world are?
Right.
In this country, I mean. So it's like, oh, you could be going in 9 to 5. So it could be worse, And it's like, sure. I mean, sure. It depends on what you want in life, but sure. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that it's not traumatic, and it doesn't mean that it makes it okay, because I feel like that type of thing, sure, what DTB's crying about, sure, it's nothing. But then you're talking about people like Krishan, who was smoking and drinking while she's pregnant, still using that same thing. When it's up, it's up. And when it's down, it's down. So you got to do it's like, it's just, where are the boundaries? Where's the line?
Yeah.
How far does it go? yes, that's cool, but it's also like, I don't know. I feel like it's just a way to justify a lot of the fucked up shit that goes around. And maybe it's just her way of coping, right? Because it's true.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Like, it's definitely her way to cope because she know it's fucked up.
And I'm sure if I was fucking driving around in all these Teslas, going to fucking Ibiza, going to all these places, and I'd probably say the same thing. Shit, I remember working my 9 to 5. It ain't that bad on this side of town. So again, I'm not there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I would probably feel the same. And if I have to get my hair pulled a few times and I have to fight a few times and I have to start some drama online, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was my confliction with that statement, because she's right, but it's annoying and it's like, doesn't make it okay. And,
right.
You know, just a bunch of feelings. But yeah. Did you have any thoughts on that?
I agreed with you. So the girls hit the club, they vibe out, yada, yada, yada. Then after that, they head to the next city, which is Indianapolis. I always fuck up the name. But yeah, I'm going to just say Indiana right now. I don't know why, but the B-roll when they were getting ready, you know, to head to the next city, this song fucking played. That was so fucking disgusting. It was like, and a good life, and with the makeup. I was like, what kind of fucking song? Whose fucking song is playing?
Say this bad cash.
Bro.
That was the song. It was one of his old songs.
Was it really?
No, I'm just talking shit.
Bro, that shit sounded so crazy. Talking about life and makeup. I said, what the fuck is being rapped and sung right now into my ears? Like, yo, it was not cute. If y'all go back and watch that B-roll of them getting ready to go next city, you're gonna hear the stupid song. You're gonna hear the part where he's like, in a good life. It's really stupid. But yes, they head to the next city, y'all. Nunu and Slim join the Baddies van, the newbies on the van, sorry. And then I just find it interesting how the girls are like nice to Nunu, but of course they know she could fight. So of course they're going to be fucking nice to Nunu. Whereas to Slim, who's kind of a mess, they seem to not really be nice to her or respect her, which is so interesting. So Slim confronts Summer on the fucking bus. And this is where I'm like, Slim, you're fucking stupid. If the first of all, after Summer did her, if I'm going on that bus and the bitch is sitting down, the first thing I'm doing is grabbing you, snatch you up, and we're fighting. Because who gives a fuck, right? You don't care. You don't care. So why the fuck should I? Now I need to let you know you can't fucking play with me. So this is what we're on. But no, she goes on there. She confronts the bitch, talking about, so we still got an issue because you know the last time. They start going back and forth. Summer clearly do not give a fuck about what the hell Slim is saying.
No,
they're arguing and it escalates. Summer then starts standing up on the van. And this is when I was like, damn, Slim, you really let it get to the point where the bitch is standing up.
Yeah, that's telling right there where
you
her
were
mind
standing the whole time and she was sitting. You really let it get to the point where now Slim is standing up in the seat on the van. Summer. Thank you. You let it get to the point where Summer is standing up in the van over you. And then boom. Yep. She hits you, y'all start fighting, and obviously she gets the one up on over you because you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. So, you know, that whole thing that happened, Summer decided to talk on her dead dad, and Slim did not like that. And that's when, you know, that triggered Slim. And it was just this whole terrible fight.
It would be up every day from then on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I would just be sneaking the bitch all the time.
Every time.
Now it's done. Now we can really be, it's going to end until somebody
get hurt. Okay. Yeah. Moving on.
Really. So after that, you know, obviously Nunu recaps her situation with Biggie and Ahna. I mean, everybody, the girls feel like she handled it well. They're happy that she's there. Then we go on to the OGs that go on the private jet, right? So Natalie announces on the private jet that she's going to be bringing in some new girls.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting because I'm just like, who else are you going to fucking bring? Like, what kind of seed? I feel like this is probably the longest season ever, like at this point.
No, definitely
it feels so long.
Well, actually, it will be the longest season ever.
Yeah, I feel like it will be because we still haven't seen all these other people that come into play yet.
And usually they film for, what was it, a month, and this one they filmed for 6 weeks.
Yeah, like it's so long. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is about to happen?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck she's bringing in.
Right, but then they start recapping the whole Nunu and Ahna situation, and then this is where Ahna's like, people forget that she started with me, and you know she's gonna have to apologize to me. It's up. I need an apology, and I'm just like, well, I don't think you're getting that apology. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't really know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like that's when Natalie was just like, just let it go. It's done. Exactly. But she's just like, no, it's up until she apologizes. And I'm just like, okay. So then they start talking about Summer pissing in the van. And this is where Jayla says, it's diminishing the brand. Mm-hmm. I have something I want to say about that because I just feel like Jayla, do you know what show you're on? The way she said it too, talking about diminishing the brand as if you were like the Queen of England. Like, bitch, this is Baddies. Okay, the show gets a bad rep. Okay, y'all are on the show fighting, pulling wigs off, like, you know, be for real. What more? What can possibly diminish the brand anymore at this point?
They got one moment on stage.
Y'all got kicked out of a restaurant.
And now all of a sudden it's diminishing the brand.
Bro, right. you was on one episode of Wildin' Out, now all of a sudden diminishing the brand. I was like, do you not know what show you're on? Like, girl. But of course, we go back to Slim and Summer and their argument. So now they pull up to the bus and now they're on the lawn. And this is where they decide they're going to get their fair one. So all the girls come off the bus and these bitches are fighting in front of the house on the lawn. And bro, Slim look crazy. They both look stupid in my opinion. And that's what Tank said. Y'all both look like two broomsticks.
Oh my God.
Like trying to really fight. Like it's really... They really are the same person. It was a mess, yo. I was just like, this fight is just too...
That shit had me cracking the fuck up. When Tink called them two broomsticks, I was like, no, for real.
It was no, for real. It was really like that. You know, and honestly, yeah. So then everybody goes into the new house.
The
cabin
house.
Yeah. Did you like the house? Or did you think it was giving Friday the 13th?
It's definitely giving Friday the 13th. I know that Biggie liked it. She said she's a campesina. Look at you.
Look at me remembering.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it. She's from the Campos, so I guess, but it was
mid.
Yeah,
it was giving Friday the 13th.
It was not cute, but
it was
just big. It was big.
Yeah. So the girls go in the house, the OGs come, Natalie asks what the fuck happened. They're seeing wigs, they're seeing all of these stuff. So Slim and Summer explain the situation and then they're talking over each other and it's a terrible ordeal. So now Rolly's upset and she's like, well, why were you fighting with Summer when you're supposed to be my assistant? And I honestly didn't really like how Rolly was coming at her because it's like, bro, like, when are you going to stand up for Slim? Are you ever going to stand up for Slim? But
no.
Then again, it's like, I get it. You know, Slim dug herself in this fucking hole. So now she has to deal with it.
But my thing is, she's saying all that, right? Which is cool. Like, bet. Like, when are you going to be my assistant? But when have I seen you tell her what you need to be done? I'm so confused. Like, when have I seen a scene where Rolly's like, hey, Slim, I need you to pick this up, do this, add this. Nothing. I haven't seen anything. So when you see that, I just need you to be my assistant with nothing to give, it's like, okay, but what do you want her to do?
Right.
It's annoying. It's like, it almost feels like you're just talking out your ass and being a bully.
Yes.
Per usual.
That's why I didn't really like the way she was talking to her. Because it was like, I don't see you giving her nothing to do unless you're doing it off camera and we don't know that. But you just talking to her and getting mad that she's fighting with other bitches, even though those other bitches are starting with her.
My thing is that Rolly could have done so much better with this idea of having Slim as your assistant. You could have been so creative with the role because there is no role. Like, this is literally something you could create. You can be like Natalie when she's switching the shit. Like, you could really make this something, and you haven't, because if you had, it would have been caught on camera. They wouldn't just not give you the camera time. If it was funny, like if you had her fucking doing some dumb shit, like picking up some like, I don't know, some embarrassing shit like dildos and a thing, like just to prove a point and to be funny, we would probably see that. But you're not. And you're clearly not doing your job as Rolly being the creative person to make content on the show. So it's like, not only are you blaming Slim for not doing her job, but Rolly, you're not really doing your job as well.
That's true. And that's why I just feel like the whole scene with them just like going off on Slim, it really felt like, okay, y'all are really ganging up on this girl.
Yeah.
And I haven't really seen nobody issuing her anything. I just seen bitches that's not supposed to be telling her what to do.
Trying to tell her what to do.
And Rolly should let it be known that she is not your assistant. She is mine. And that's the problem that I have with Rolly. She's not saying anything. She's just there, letting shit happen. And I'm like, you should let it be known to these bitches that she is your assistant, nobody else's.
I think Rolly's dropping the ball on this, honestly. I feel like
because it was a great idea.
Great idea.
But we're not getting shit.
It's like you should have hazed the shit out of Slim. Like,
if that's the case, right?
Like, that's the way, like, you know, you really want to be a baddie?
I expected to see that. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm seeing Summer antagonize Slim the whole time when last time I checked, she's not your assistant.
Yeah, I don't know. It's boring. It's like, it could have been something better, but you're not doing your job. And you know, you want to blame Slim, but in all reality, I blame Rolly.
Right. That's how I feel too.
Because you're technically Slim's boss.
Right. But you're not
show.
You're not handling it at all. But then she tried to try to handle it, talking about no more partying, no more drinking, which I agree, Slim, if you're her assistant, you shouldn't be fucking partying, you shouldn't be drinking, you shouldn't be doing none of that. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
But Natalie, I was gagged when she said, when Rolly's talking, please just shut the fuck up. I was just like, wow, you know Natalie really don't respect this bitch.
Yeah.
And does not care. Does not care. So that is basically how it is. Rolly does ask her a final question before the episodes end. And she says, do you or do you not want this assistant spot? In front of everybody. And I was like, damn, they really gonna ask her that? It was just so degrading. I feel like the scene with Slim was just like, oh, girl, you need to stand up. Stand up. This is not it.
She a lost cause.
Yeah, this is not it. And I don't think you coming back. I don't think you coming back. It just embarrassed you, and I think it's just gonna be left at that.
That's it.
It's done.
It's the same thing they did with like Smiley.
You got your little paycheck. It's done. So then that is where the episode ends, and it takes us into the next episode where we see a preview of Slim and Rolly arguing constantly. DTB is crying about her aunt is sick, so I think this is probably where she leaves the show. Nat announces that there's gonna be elimination. Okay. And then Slim allegedly says, fuck the assistant position. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens from there. It seems like also the girls go on a little cute hayride. And fucking Jayla and Summer arguing on the hayride. So we'll see how the next episode goes. But that is pretty much this whole entire recap. I mean, overall, I feel like, I don't know. These 2 episodes are pretty solid. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, did we miss something? Because, I mean, there's a lot that goes on. We try to get everything, but at the end of the day, it's hard to keep up with all the shit. I do feel like the more we get into this season, the more we start to see Biggie's true colors.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see Nunu back. It is nice to see her. She has an energy that is refreshing on the screen. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I feel about it. That's, you know.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like, you know, maybe Jaden shouldn't have been on this season. Akbar doesn't really need to be there either. But overall, I mean, it's pretty decent. I can't wait to see how it, you know, pans out when Natalie introduces more girls. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But definitely comment what you guys think and how you guys feel about these past 2 episodes. I know y'all always got something to say.
Yeah, what did you guys think about what we had to say? What did you guys think about Slim blocking me?
Yo.
What do you think about the whole Slim situation? I'm curious to know what y'all think about her because at the end of the day, you know how I feel now, especially like, yeah, I feel bad, but bitch, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
Don't forget to say happy birthday to Tiana.
Oh, yeah.
Happy 30th to you.
Oh, happy 30th to me. Oh, my God, it's midnight.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, give me a hug. So cute. Happy 30th birthday officially.
Thank you.
Yeah, comment below what you guys think. I know some of y'all have hit us up on Instagram and have told us that you love listening to the podcast. It's always a pleasure just getting to know you guys, you know, on a more personal level. We want to do more live streams. It's just, you know, life's been a little bit busy. Let us enjoy this weekend to celebrate her, and we will be back on the regular schedule next week.
Yes. God, I don't even know what to say. Definitely comment where you're from. We love to know where you're from because y'all just be popping out shit. Okay. And remember to keep it cute in the comments. Mm-hmm. All right. And where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Randomania1. You guys can find us on Instagram at
look at you.
Look at you. Get it together, bitch. I thought you were good.
I got distracted.
You were supposed to be.
Sorry. Did it again.
No, it's done. You can find us at the Petty Headquarters on Instagram, on all podcast platforms, and YouTube. You can find us at
the Petty Headquarters.
Okay, great. We release episodes every Tuesday at 4 p.m. All right. So with that being said,
this was your weekly dose of mess.
Yo. Randomania.